All right, what's poppin', y'all? I see y'all like these videos. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all coming over here. Like and subscribe. It's always dope when you come here. I appreciate you. And I also want to check out our videos at the end because we always got a dope video that you can be checking out at the end and our playlist. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about the 5 things I learned about Papoose and Remy Ma going through a divorce. And hopefully at the end of this video, you will have understood what my craziness about what their relationship was. And hopefully you'll got so pissed off of me, you'll go inside the comment section and say, I gotta say something about this. So let's get started. Number 5 thing that I learned about Papoose and Remy Ma is some women are very diabolically smart. So you could look at her, Remy Ma, as almost like a superhero, but like maybe the villain. Because in order for her to come up with the thought to make her own streaming platform or freestyle forum, where she called it the Chrome, and this is the type of event that's going to have all these men trying to sign up and line up to be a part of it because it's a big male-dominated culture. And so that's going to make her be around all these men who she get to decipher and look at them and decide if she wants them to be a part of her program. So then ultimately she can choose any man she wants to. So this is smart because it's like, for instance, if I'm a casting director or something like that, let's say I'm a casting director, but then I tell my lady, I do casting, and she said, well, what you work on? I mostly just do booty shaking music videos. And it's like, well, wait, you don't do movies? You don't do like theater? You don't do nothing like that? Like, no. So all the girls is girls who is video vixens. And it's like, huh? So you imagine one day she come home and there's 3 video vixens in the front room, thick body bangers, and she looking at these like, who are these ladies? What is happening? Oh no, we finna be doing a new show or whatever. And, I need them in this video. Your girl is not gonna be comfortable with that. So it's the same scenario in that. How is Papoose gonna be comfortable with the fact that his girl is smart enough to open up a damn freestyle rap Chrome series, and it's nothing he can do to stop it? Ultimately, she gonna find a new man. Ultimately, she gonna find another man that is something she never had before, and then poof, you done. And it's nothing he could see coming. Nothing he even knew was coming down the pipeline. It's really smart. It's thinking. She's a deep thinker, and this could be her passion. So it's not like she probably even doing nothing nefarious. It's just crazy how it turned out. But maybe he should have had his eyes open a little bit more, so he could see these things happening or coming down the pipeline. All right, let's go with number 4. Fourth thing I think was something I learned about the Papoose and Remy Ma situation is if you don't give yourself a little self-respect, I was going to save this one for number 1, but I'm going to start right here. I think Papoose should have stopped being so loving over the years because you give a lot of yourself and a person that don't respect it or understand it, you can't really blame them for that because they're not asking you to overlove them. They're not asking you to be so loving. You got to sometimes pull back and be a little bit more self-full instead of selfless. And that's hard to do for selfless people. They're not going to just give themselves up and say, you owe me. They just be like, I'm giving myself up. You don't owe me nothing. And that's how he felt by being loyal to her and being down with her. She even got on one of the podcasts and said, I had to tell him to stop coming up to the prison. I'm like, damn, why would your woman even say some shit like that? She didn't respect the fact that she was coming up to the prison to see her every day. She really didn't. He overloved her. It's like you've seen it if you love a flower or a little baby bird so much, but if you close it in your hand, you can crush it. You have to keep your hand open while it's inside. If you close your hand, you can smother it, you can kill it. And that's exactly what he did with that. So I'll go real fast to number 3. Number 3 thing I learned about Papoose and Remy Ma is getting together and having all these things and these feelings. And I think she was too early getting married to him after coming home from jail. Now you got a baby by somebody, but you're still not really ready to be locked down. You got feelings for other people. You still want to, sow your oats. You want to see what's out there. But he's so in love. How the fuck do you say this? Well, you had to be brolic. You had to be outgoing. You had to be who you are. And it's like, you're going to have to eat this. I'm in love with somebody else. I'm finna go see what this other guy got going. If you can't take it, you can't take it. But that's what it's going to be. And I think that Pap should have been able to pull back a little bit and be like, yo, go ahead, do your thing, babe. I know you got to get your freak on. I love you, whatever. Hey, whenever he drop you off, your husband here. but it's demeaning, it's disrespectful, it's uncomfortable. She not coming home every night. She's spending the night with the guy. She lying to him. It's stuff you can't handle as a man. So it's like, damn, what did you do? Well, you put yourself in this scenario, nigga. You didn't have to fall that deep in love with somebody. Give yourself a break. Give yourself some air. Get her some air. So that's just me. That's me talking shit. What I know. Let's go with number 2. Bing. The dose. The second thing and close to the end thing that I found out, I think I learned from Papoose and Remy's situation is they probably, well, Papoose should have probably took a break. I think I started up on this a little bit, but you see him jumping into a new relationship with another girl so fast. It's like, damn, bro, how could you even do that? Like, you was just telling us how much row shit you was in with this. Now you're in love with another girl overnight. It's like you ain't gave yourself 30 seconds to just take a breath. You ain't gave yourself no moment to walk down the street and just look at the sky and be like, man, I remember when I used to be in 8th grade. You just back in love again, you know. And maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing, but it's like, damn. But some people, you know, they listen to the Dusties, they listen to the old music, they listen to songs, love songs. And Pap being a rapper that like that kind of style of music, that's probably what he do. You know what I'm saying? He probably listen to songs. I think that's a Frank and Beverly and May song. Back in love again. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't know if that's the fucking way that song go with it, but it sounds like it in my head, you know. But at the end of the day, sometimes, and everybody gonna find the right person. I don't think that Remy not gonna find the right person, or he ain't gonna find the right person for them after each other. But it's like a whole lot of time you put in with somebody just to fucking crash and burn. It's like, damn, just can't fucking believe this. But it happens, you know. So hopefully this won't happen to y'all, because you could learn from their situation like I'm doing right now. And let's go with number 1. Number 1 thing I learned from Papoose and Remy Ma situation. And remind you quick, I'm saying this off the top of my mind. I don't write these things down. I'm going off of everything I learned from watching the news and scenarios about them, and then I just give you my opinion straight from the heart. And I'll say again, the number 1 thing I learned about Papoose and Remy Ma is that you cannot turn the H-O to a housewife. Not calling her that. I'm saying that the reality of it is marrying somebody does not make them change, does not stop them from having desires that they want. And over time, even if you do marry a chick or a guy, for instance, you're going to get them having to change over time. They're going to grow up. They're going to get a little more who they are. They're going to become more of who they are. And I believe that if you love that person, you have to accept that person for what they into. So if that person is a kleptomaniac, they like to steal from Target. What if that person is a gambler? They just keep going to the gamble shop. What if that person is a porn head? They can't stop watching porn. What if that person is a drinker? All they do is get drunk. Love means you work through that with that person as far as you can go, or as far as it take you. It's not that you go to a limit and then you throw in a towel. And I think that we learn it from these 2 people, that when it comes to cheating, when it comes to somebody having somebody on the outside, they ain't the ones that's going to stick around. They're the ones that's going to get the hell out of Dodge. You know, it's embarrassing. It probably hurt. It probably feel like I put a lot into this. I can't trust you. And our relationships are weary and crazy. So nobody's perfect. And you don't have to feel like I got the right words or they got the wrong situation going. Nobody knows. Everybody can do it right or wrong. And then you end up, you see them down the street and be like, damn, is that Remy Ma Papoose? They got back together 12 years later. They kids grown now. Nobody knows how it's going to work out. So at the end of the day, that's all I got. You let me know if I said the right thing. You let me know if I'm off beat. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Let me know in the comment section. Also, leave a comment on which one of those points you think is correct, or leave your own point, because I want to know. I want to know. And then make sure you like one of these videos or watch them, because I definitely got dope content over here just for people like you. Peace.